In cloistered sleep, someone kissed me, whispering words of love. Is it just a longing of my heart? So much crying, don't know why. Oh, where have all my tears come from to my eyes when you call my name? 20 in the queue, brother. It's Dawnshire. All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. But let you see you around. Every day is going well. Ooh, I need some hydration. I need some liquid H-double-L. Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. Got it. Fixed it. Solved it. Remedied it. Called it Evercold. All right. You know, Evercold would be a banger name for like a beer or like a bottled water company, you know? Like Evercold. That just sounds delicious, you know? Maybe like a Gatorade flavor. Evercold. Just saying, it sounds yummy. Kind of want to lick it. And that's definitely one way to start a stream. Well, we have a lot to talk about today when it comes to freaking Evercold, don't we? You know, going back to like Ronzadahan and also like Dawn Trail, it's just like tonal whiplash coming from the Evercold trailer. It really is. And I like Ronzadahan. Alright, what do I even have to do still for this thing? Oh my god, I still need alliance raid. Alright, the normal raid's almost done at least. Hello, Shadow and Liu. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Please seeing you around as go well. Gonna make it blue. Alright. I have enough tomes, luckily, for when I need to turn in my relic weapon to get something new. Unfortunately, the Alliance Raid one is cucking me by giving me, like, barely any points every time I do it. I thought Evercold wouldn't be out for a bit. It's not. It's not out till January, but we got a lot to talk about. What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, yeah, I gotta check my things. That's done. That's done. That's done. That's done. And so, what the fuck? I already did all my stuff earlier. Ugh, okay. Imagine going to the new patch after the Evercold news. I mean, I'm looking forward to the MSQ a lot. The Dawn Trail patch MSQs have been pretty damn good. But just like, oh, I bit my tongue. Actually, a good representation of Dawn Trail right there. But just like going back to Dawn Trail job design after seeing the glory that was Evercold, I'm like, I need Evercold. Just get me to January, please. Just get me there. That's all I want. Okay, this could be a 9. This could be a 9. No, it can't. I think this one could. Yeah, no, it can't. These two screwed me. Hello, Keiichi. Welcome to the stream. Haven't played since 7.1. You stopped right before the MSQ got way better. It's like 7.0 kind of sucked. 7.1 was like, it had like high points and very low points. Then 7.2 is just like, all right, guys, what if we relearn how to like write a story again? Hello, Little. Welcome to the stream. How this game will be on Switch too. I imagine in cities it'll be 5 kinds of shit, but I think they're targeting like 30 FPS for like regular instances, so. Take care, Keiichi. I doubt people are going to be rating Ultimate on it. I mean, maybe a few mad lads will. Who knows? I gotta sell my inventory. My inventory is an absolute sty. I gotta fix this. I need to fix it badly. I can't believe they're making my tank a freaking off tank, dude. I mean, at least I'm gonna get like the dual gun, dual shield thing. So at least I'll have that. But it's like they're making my gunbreaker a freaking off tank. It's like I can only imagine the memes if you like main and off tank. I can only imagine. They're gonna be vicious. All right, I gotta sell some crap. I don't know what to sell. Now, the Switch 2 version is not going to require 2 subscriptions. It only requires 1. It's just if you already have a sub for like a PS4 or like a PC or something like that, you need a separate one for the Switch 2. If you want to only play on Switch 2, you only need the 1 sub. Sell that crap, sell that crap. Who needs materia? Don't need you. I want to keep this just for the glamour. Don't need that. God, I need way more inventory. How they turn it around. Yeah, it's so good. It's really funny how people did kind of predict it would end up being Stormblood, where the 0.0 wasn't as well received, and then the patches just become like bangers. That had to be a Nintendo decision. I'm pretty sure they said on stage they had to like haggle that out of Nintendo. I'm pretty sure they like basically implied that was a Nintendo thing. Like Nintendo wasn't budging on that. All right, let's run a leveling dungeon. Because we need to talk about Evercold. Because like, oh my God. Going to the 4th is such a bold decision. I'm such a fan of it though. It's like, that's kind of like the biggest takeaway I have when it comes to like Evercold overall. It's basically them just saying, you know how we're known for being like stuck in our ways and refusing to budge on like major things? Throw all that out the window. They're going full balls to the wall. Nintendo was still salty from the breakup. I think Nintendo just wanted a cut of the sub fee. I think that's all it is. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. Hello, little star. Welcome to the stream. Stuff we already have? Not really. The main thing they talked about with the character customization stuff is expanded color options and just things that were limited by like memory before. I'm hyper excited for Evolved Combat. Basic Final Fantasy XIV combat's very stale to me. Evolved Combat looks infinitely better. It's easily the most excited I am probably since like Shadowbringers for... No, I was excited for Endwalker. In terms of an all-around experience though, this looks like one of the best expansions so long as they nail the landing. We need to like see it in game, but like if they nail this shit, it'll probably end up being my #1. They're getting everything right, or at least they're saying everything right. I want to see the open world combat stuff. I need the Berlin one. I mean, I also don't remember that one beard option being available in-game with the soul patch. That looked new to me. But I don't use, like, that kind of facial hair, so maybe it already exists, I just didn't see it. But also, the regular glamour changes are fucking massive. Being able to, like, turn on and off various elements of your glamour set is huge for a lot of people. No, you're the exact target for Evolved Combat. It's moving a lot of buttons together to be, like, way simpler. But it's not, like, trying to make combat simpler, if that makes sense. It's just it's doing a couple of things. Giving them an excuse to, like, do job overhauls and also reduce button bloat while retaining functionality. Hello, James. Welcome to the stream. When have they touched dungeons in other instances? They've been touching dungeons throughout Dawn Trail. I fucking hate the changes they make to them. I need them to stop going back to old dungeons and like remaking them because they always make them worse. At least of the ones that I've done. Rest in peace, Orenvale. Though to be fair, Orenvale wasn't the best to begin with, but still. More serious story that involves the shards. Yeah, the story looks really damn good. I think I need East Shroud. Hello, TJ. Welcome to the stream. What a weekend. I know, right? It's like, that entire fan fest, it's like, to me, it's insane how it just feels like they went through my back catalog and just said, everything this guy says, do. Because that's basically what they did. It's not a matter of hoping for it, TJ. They said the new tank is is also a main tank. They said that in the development panel later on. The 2 main tanks are Paladin and the new one. The 3 off tanks are Gunbreaker, Dark Knight, and Warrior. Am I brain dead? Where's the path to go to the Gridanian housing? Was it North Shroud? Yeah, rest and piss 2-minute meta. Similar enough. Not really. I don't know. Okay, why the hell can't I find this one thing? Hello, Eternal. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I need to start Evangelion as well. Problem is, I'm like nut deep in like ReZero's web novel. I think it's like when it comes to the ferry in the north. You could show the map. Why do I remember it being the South Shroud? Oh, fuck me, it's the central one. Alright. I think when it comes to, like, main tank and off tank distinction, it'll just entirely depend on, like, game design. Like, you need to have... It's just, like... I think the most important thing, which is what I've been talking about when it comes to job design for a while, it just has to be fun. It's like whenever people talk about, oh, it's making the jobs easier, it's making jobs harder, I never give a shit about that because that's never the important bit. The important bit is, are you enjoying the buttons you're pressing? So it's like, for me, what I saw from Paladin looked really good. If that comes alongside... Hey, let's do main tanks and off tanks separately. I'm fine with that so long as the buttons I'm pressing on those jobs are enjoyable and feel different to like one tank to the other. I feel like it's a direct way to force themselves to have tank variety and move away from homogenization. That's what it feels like to me. It's like them saying, okay, one of the biggest like things people have been yapping on about for us for so long is that the tanks all play the same. Let's just make them fundamentally different. Let's draw a line. You have to be shitting me. That pops the moment I actually get in. Evercold happened because Jmulls head reflected much needed light and warmth away from the land. Alright. Speaking of arm shit, alright. If you guys haven't seen the new arm veil, by the way, prepare. When I show you this first room, your mind is gonna, like, melt out of the ears. No, star. Yeah, so my goo pools are gone. Can we call it the golden pools room if, like, we removed most of them? You know what I mean? Oh, thank God, level 49 of AoE. Woo! I was concerned there. Okay, we're just... Okay. We're doing this in Arm Veil. Alright. Come on. Okay, we got the big boy down. That's the important one. And another one. Alright, sick. They removed the pools. Yep. Also, like, all the dot balancing you had to do in this dungeon, you don't really got to do it anymore. Hello, Somalia. Welcome to the stream. Hello, user. Welcome to the stream. You Shadow the healer, though. They're holding their own. Thank God I have AoE. Yeah, I need to get into Evangelion. I've been, like, procrastinating on getting into Evangelion. This is going to push me over the edge. But yeah, like, as I was saying when it comes to, like, job design, it's just, like... This game has needed a shakeup drastically for a while. Like, you could argue since, like, Shadowbringers. It's like, what I saw out of Evolve mode, I'm very much optimistic for. I want to see Reaper. I want to see Reaper. I want to see Gunbreaker. I want to see the off-tanks overall. I want to see how different they play to each other. That's so mad. How do you think I feel? I play Gunbreaker. Though, to be fair, I'm gonna get like an upgraded version with the new job. Double shield, double gun. Need to see Black Mage. I mean, they showed the important ones, right? All the Gridanian jobs. They knew where the butter was spread, you know? They got the important ones down. Yeah. When it comes to, like, the Warrior of Light being Reaper, it makes a lot of sense with the theme of what they're doing going forward. Hello, Mr. Leo. Welcome to the stream. I agree with the theory going around that our main goal going forward is to basically do a giant rejoining. I think we're going to do the Highland Zodiac arc in reverse. Where it's like, when we fought against it, now we're gonna fight for it, but in like a different way to what Emmett was doing. I think we're gonna use Dawn Trail as like the blueprint, where it's like we basically like copy pasted Alexandria from the 9th onto the source. I think we're gonna do something similar with the 4th. And I think that's one of the reasons that they wrote into the lore that the civilizations of the 4th basically all like went up into the sky. Because we can just, like, copy-paste those sky civilizations onto the source and not have to worry about, like, messing up any environment too much, you know? And I also think, like, living memory as a zone's basically a beta test for, like, the technology to do that. Because now they can, like, change skyboxes drastically like that. Is WoW Last Titan, aka Northrend, coming out around the same time as Evercold? No, I think it should be around summer. I may have the dates a little bit wrong there, but I don't think so. WoW expansions last like a year and a half, so it'll be like half a year after Evercold. The funniest thing I saw about Evercold's trailer, though, and like announcement that's coming out in January 2027. Brother, if World of Warcraft does Shadowlands time walking, this is gonna be the easiest choice as to what to play in my life. Shadowlands time walking, Evercold. I agree. Okay, I keep getting like distracted because I've been like editing all day and my mind is absolutely bummed right now. I think their decision to have Reaper be the main job for the Warrior of Light in 8.0 is very telling about the theme. Because we're essentially walking in the footsteps of Xenos. It's like we even did the same pose from the Endwalker cinematic that Xenos did with the scythe. It's like almost the same pose. Even with like a similar camera angle. It's very intentional. Also, I gotta show you guys some shit with some like parallels with the Evercold trailer. Oh my god. It's like there's so many little details. Hello, Keto. Welcome to the stream. I'm so excited for January as well. We have to, like, bang out pretty much everything. I want to get, like, Dawn Chill completed. I've been slacking. We need to, like, lock in. But also, I think it's, like, one of the things we're going to end up doing is, like, trying to rejoin the shards together. We could be seen as, like, a reaper in that regard. We're, like, reaping the shards. We have to allow some things to die out. So we're, in essence, killing the shards in the way like we were the warrior of darkness for the first. I think they're going to go for, like, some kind of parallel there. Obviously, we're not going to go on, like, a murder spree or anything like that, right? What I think they're going to do, though, is have us take up, like, a version of Emmett Selk's role. Yeah, we're the Asians, but with extra steps that, like, ensure survival for the people. I think that's basically what the overall plot is. I also agree with a theory I've been seeing going around, where it's like, the reason Azam didn't, like, side up or, like, team up with, like, Vana is because he was looking for a different way to solve the problem with, like, Zodiac and Hydaelyn and, like, the final days and all that. I think what we're going to explore is, like, trying to figure out what he was going after. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. Thank you, Freedom. Also, hello. Welcome to the stream. I am fucking kicking myself repeatedly for not getting that Calyx is Ratatoska from, like, Norse mythology. Because I never even, like, considered in my mind they might go Norse. That was never an option in my mind. But, like, it makes so much more sense now why Calyx is in the squirrel outfit. He's a representation of Ratatoska from Norse mythology, not Ratatoska from Heavensward. Because in Norse mythology, or God of War, Ratatoska's a squirrel. It's such, like, an obvious, like, oh, this is clearly what they're doing in hindsight, now that we know, like, the fourth is very Norse-coded. Part 3 for what? Do you mean, like, part 3 of the World Soul Saga? Yeah, that was my immediate thought process as well, TJ, that the old one from the Evercold trailer was Y'shtola. That, or, like, a Y'shtola shard or something like that. I think it's not, like, a character we know exactly. I think it's a shard of someone we know. Maybe Matoya. Final Fantasy XIV's Northrend. I feel like that was Ishgard. Heck, we even fought a king. Put the guy through a table. I mean, we might. We saw Estanian doing, like, a full drop kick in the cinematic. Also, who here has played Final Fantasy 13? Is there any legs for the theory that the fourth and Everdark or Evercold, I'm going to make the distinction so many times. I'm going to mess that up so many times. Are there any legs to the theory that the next expansion is based in Final Fantasy 13 in some way? Because I'll play the games, but, like, I need to know. Oh, Part 3 FF7 Remake. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I imagine Part 3 will be 2027 to line up with the anniversary. I don't think it'll be, like, January, though. I imagine we get, like, an announcement of, like, the game, probably at, like, Summer Game Fest. But who knows? I wonder what Evolve mode will look like in low-level dungeons. I imagine it's going to be whatever it is. I imagine it's going to be better than what the fuck we have right now. This has been my other complaint that I keep yapping on about. Low-level dungeons in 14 sucks because it limits your abilities and it's just not fun. Especially, like, if you're trying to play Dragoon and you don't get AoE to level 40, that's boring as sin. They said you get, like, your entire kit before level 50, and they just build off that kit going forward after that point and give it, like, extra abilities and all that. I hope they, like, reconfigure it so you get, like, AoE very early on. That would be sick. I'd be a big fan of that. Am I blind? What's the icon for like an empty house? I don't think so personally. Maybe some small connections, but it's very different currently. Okay, cool. Hello, hello, Facto. Welcome to the stream. There are 2 areas that could be straight out of Final Fantasy X. Luckily, I've played Final Fantasy X, but just it's been a while. A hammer is the icon for the empty house, like on the right side. Thank you. Ah, I see it now. Thank you. Yeah, I think Final Fantasy XIV on Switch 2 is going to do great for Japan. I agree. Currently unavailable for purchase. Like, no lottery, like... Okay. Sick. Glad we went house seeing, you know. Nice place we got here. Okay. Before we do that, though... This scene. The next lottery period starts probably. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Hello, B. Welcome to the stream. And Acolyte, welcome to the stream. This scene from the Evercold. Why do I want to call it Everdark? One, obviously a Final Fantasy VII parallel right here with like Aura or Aerith, whatever we're gonna call her. Wow, that's loud. There's obviously a parallel here with like Aerith, right? There's another parallel here. I want to give credit to the original Twitter post I saw from this. I talked about it in today's video. This dude fucking sniped this. From the A Realm Reborn trailer. Rather, the parallel here is crazy. It's like, obviously there's a Final Fantasy VII parallel here as well, but like, my god. For like, what is like representing the start of the new arc, even though Dawn Trail is technically the start. Holy shit. And like, I love the description here. In a world without God, who the hell are you even praying to for salvation? It's like their use of color and lighting. Where it's like, here, they were praying for something. They were hopeful that there would be salvation, so it's very bright and colorful. Here, in a world without gods, there's nothing. Just darkness, muted colors. It's like, this is what I talk about when it comes to, you can pick up on good writing very quickly. Because you may not pick up on this shit actively. Subconsciously, you may get an indication, though. Midgard's Norse mythology? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if there's quite a bit of Final Fantasy VII in the way that like Final Fantasy IX was ingrained in like Dawn Trail. Because like until they said Alexandria, if I showed you a lot of Dawn Trail, you would not have picked up on like Final Fantasy IX. Outside of like a few very obvious things. I could see them doing the same thing for like Final Fantasy VII and the 4th. Dawn Trail's just the biggest filler arc in history. Dawn Trail's the A Realm Reborn. I don't like how they write like beginnings to be extremely slow like that. But like Dawn Trail is just the A Realm Reborn, where they just threw 15 things at the wall. Figured, okay, we like these 3 things, we're gonna go with those. Yeah, I can already tell this guy's gonna be one of my favorite characters. Yeah, the Frost Colossus are like, yo, These guys are so damn cool. Doing FF17? I don't know. I don't think we know the writer for Evercold. Was there like a part of the Q&A where it's like, was it Ishikawa that wrote the song here or something? Probably like the lyrics, but I don't know. I saw a random tweet about that. I don't know how verifiable it is. But it's just like, I'm not over how good this trailer is. Like, this is on track to being my favorite trailer they've ever done. Depending on the full cinematic. I need that one specifically. Heaven Sword 2.0. Yeah, it's like, I agree with the sentiment where it's like, Evercold is like a combination of Heaven Sword and Shadowbringers. Because in a lot of ways, this is just the plot to Shadowbringers, right? It's like, we go to a shard, it's overtaken by an element. The first was light, this is ice. And we have to deal with that, right? Like, in a lot of ways, there are parallels there. I imagine it's gonna branch out to be very different, though. And I also imagine those parallels are probably intentional. I think when it comes to like the Evercold trailer, there's a few scenes I think are very obviously going to be expanded on in the future fan fests. We're definitely seeing her face. It's like at some point that hood's coming off, right? Like that's definitely gonna happen. I also think, where is it? The whole Reaper bit at the end here is definitely being expanded on. Like, the cuts here are a little bit awkward, but like in the style that they've done before when they've cut content here. And it's like, this scene is definitely being expanded on. We might see it happening. I love everything about this expansion. It's Xenos. I wish. Alright. Calling my shot. Xenos. When he went Reaper, his Void Sent. Because remember, as a Reaper, part of the job is that you have to get a Void Sent basically like enslaved to you. His Void Sent ended up being 0. What if? What if we team up with a Void Sent and it turns out to be Xenos that was turned into a Void Sent? And he becomes a JoJo stand, a persona. Now, is that going to happen? Fuck no. Do I want it to happen, though? Yes. Hello, Fubuki. Welcome to the stream. Could be a Gallian ship. Yeah. I mean, what this reminded me of in terms of, like, the overall, like, tone... Not tone, but, like, the atmosphere of this scene reminds me of the Void Arc. Like, in a lot of ways, it just reminds me of the Void Arc. I can already tell these are going to be my 2 favorite characters. I can already tell. Now, what I want to know... What I want to know badly, desperately... Is this the same character? Is this like a Halmarud or something? It's hard to tell with the coloration for like the eyebrows. Oh, the fucking bang's in the way. Whoa. Dude, the scales on the side are kind of the same. Whoa. Because I saw this idea on Twitter. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if this is Halmarud? Or like a shard of Halmarud? No, I think is Halmarud one of the Unsundered? Would she be the Warrior of Light of the Fourth? Maybe, or maybe it's this dude. It could be this guy. Okay. There's a lot of Norse, like, mythology in Evercold so far. There's a lot. This motherfucker's Odin. The one eye is a giveaway. Zoom, and he has one glowing eye. Hammerroot is one of the Unsundered. I feel like it's a flashback to a past life of hers before she went to the 9th. Maybe? Ascians can die and come back. Good point. This dude's definitely the Odin analogy for the game, though. 100%. I don't know if he's also supposed to be the Sephiroth. Is there a female goddess that connects to Odin in this scene? My Norse mythology comes from God of War. I don't know how reliable that is. Freya? Maybe. Oh my god, he has like runes on his thing. Hold on. Yeah. Look at the little pendulum here. That's definitely, that looks very Norse to me. I'm not an expert, but still. It's like, this dude's like designed, by the way. 10 out of 10. This dude only having one eye is definitely going to come up, though. Nice shot, by the way. Yeah, it's not even a matter of like one eye is just dim in comparison. This dude just doesn't have a different eye. He only has the one eye. There's a crafting quest in Endwalk in which a mammoth mentions a world serpent, by the way. Freaking crafting quest having like pivotal lore is crazy. Maybe the dude is a frost giant. Here's my question, though. We have Redatoska. That's Calyx. This guy's probably Odin. Who's Thor? Better question. Are we supposed to be Thor? No, I feel like if they're gonna do Thor, they would have added like a hammer job. Maybe they wouldn't do that necessarily just for that. The Millennium Eye! Looks like Shiva's here from Final Fantasy X. Hold on. Oh, you mean the wolf thing? Oh. Oh, interesting pickup. But like similar to Shiva from Final Fantasy X? Oh, I need the fan fest. Where are you? Gotcha, bitch. Where they show the mobs? Before this. This dude is so cool to me, though. Like, my God, he looks awesome. Anyone else get Leviathan? Not Leviathan. Anyone else get White Whale flashbacks? But you know what I mean? I'm just a little bit concerned. Just a little bit. And that's why she says the world is doomed to die. I don't think we have to, like... I think at some point we probably, like, team up with, like, Halmarot. I don't think the Winterers are gonna be, like, perma-villains for us. Just before that, okay. Well, I mean, we're definitely gonna have a Jormungandr thing, right? Like, that's gonna happen at some point. Look at the giant snake boy. New job, Aegis wields a spear and shield. Think Halone. I still think the new tank is going to be double shield. Like, double shield gun. Yeah, Bismarck, that's the name. Bismarck, but cool, imagine. This entire building. It's like, this was the building from before, by the way. Like, you can see the bit that juts up even more. This is that building. Brother, I can't find it again. You gotta be kidding me. But you saw it. Maybe there's some lore they summoned to protect from the ice giant, but if we go by history from the first, they most likely worship some fire primal because they hate ice. Yeah, I could see that. Halmarut doesn't have a scale in the middle of her forehead. Good pick. Okay, cool. Thank you. So the difference between Halmarut and her is that Halmarut doesn't have a scale here. Okay. It's hard to see it here, but I imagine in the game we actually have a better screenshot. I don't know, do we? Love a place looks like the Goblin architecture. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be more industrial. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some Shinra parallels there with the lava place. Yeah, I've heard the theory. I think this is one of the first things I also talked about when we saw this old lady. For some reason, my mind just went to a Y'shtola. I don't think it's like Al Y'shtola or like Al Matoya. I think it's like the shard version of Y'shtola or like the shard version of like Matoya. I think it's like one of the two. It's definitely going to be Reveal and like Berlin or like Japan. Could be a religious decoration. Could be, yeah. God, I keep forgetting which shards are the ones that have been rejoined already. Remaining shards. Okay, what was the shard that was already rejoined? That was the Ice Calamity. That was the Malala one. But what was the shard that was rejoined? I know it wasn't the fourth because one of them already were rejoined. I hope we don't have to do an Emmet 2.0. I don't think this guy's going to be Emmet 2.0. If we're talking about, like, Chad Supreme over here. If we're talking about Odin, I don't think he's going to be Emmet 2.0. I think we're going to be Emmet 2.0. I think that's going to be the twist. Was it the 6th? Ah, okay, I got the wiki. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, the 6th was the ice one. So it's funny how the 4th is right over here. And then the 9th was lightning. And lightning was over here with the 12th. Interesting. Yeah, we only have the 4th, the 8th, the 11th, and the 13th left. Also the 1st. 12th, 10th. Oh yeah, we also have the 8th. 7th, 6th, 5th, 3rd, 2nd, all gone. We are going to the 13th and 7.5. There are like parts from the trailer where we're just on the moon from the 13th. So we go back to the Red Moon for Final Fantasy IV. That was in the trailer for 7.5. And Emmet 2.0 will have to kill Halmarut in the end. Oh my god. Can you guys imagine they do a scene which is like the end of Amarat from Shadowbringers, but it's in like reverse, where we are Emmet and we have to like defeat like that version of who was supposed to symbolize us? That would be crazy. The 9th is partially rejoined. Yes, I imagine that's going to be like the end result we get with the 4th as well. I think what we're probably just going to do is like take the bits of civilization up in the sky and just transplant them to the source. That, or we just find a way to fix the 4th. Who knows? But it's like, from the beginning of this trailer, hold fast to what you must and meet your fate without fear. This right here. Go forth, discover, unite the stars unto one. We were not doing that back in the Highland Zodiac arc. Something Yggdrasil. Yeah. Isn't there a world tree in Final Fantasy XIV? Just we've never seen it because it's in Mare Citia. Isn't there a world tree in Mare Citia? Bring the reflections to the same solar system as the source. We would have to get a little bit nerdy with like gravity and all that, but maybe that could work. Did they do Norse mythology in Heavensward? It was more like Knights of the Round Table and like King Arthur to me. I don't recall there being too much Norse stuff. Maybe there was. Emmett is laughing in the corner right now. Yeah. You think Emmett's in the corner with like a phone like shouting World Star when we do that? World Tree is in Mare Citia. There was some insane Reddit poll with this World Tree shit. Hold, can I find it? Hold on, I need to find this thing. Like, a couple of years ago, someone made a Reddit post, and they sniped so much important shit. Apparently. Alright. So I saw it from this tweet. So, bear in mind, this is from 2 years ago on Reddit, apparently. So it's like, we have the World Tree in Mare Citia. So it's like, over here in Tuliolol, we've known about the existence of the World Tree in Mare Citia since 2.0 with the Warring Triad questline. Also known about, whatever that is. It's like an explanation for, like, the great forests around the world. Like, it all originates from the World Tree in Mare Citia. Because, like, Yoshi P did talk about not too long ago, where it's like, we're gonna go to Mare Citia, just not right now. Oh yeah, they used a lot, I forgot, they used a lot of Norse mythology for the names of the dragons. But that's kind of where it stopped, I think. But it's like, Calyx is definitely just supposed to be a representation like Ratatoska. It's like, that squirrel outfit makes so much more sense now. By the way, twin adder represent. Twin serpents, and like, this could just be like Ouroboros surrounding like the Asm symbol. And again, it's like, this is another really interesting pack. The twin adder and viper lore are all seemingly connected. Goes all the way back to Nofika and Althik, who planted the World Tree and been in time to mature it instantly. And like, you can go back to like Asm and all that. It's just like interesting, you know? It's like, I feel like shit is going to culminate at some point with this World Tree in Mare Citia. Like, this is probably going to be our end destination. Not in like Evercold, but like at the end of like this entire arc. Another common Gridania W? Absolutely. I seem to recall the devs mentioned the Warring Triad questline, the lead up to Dawn Trail as well. I vaguely recall that too. Evercold to Mare Citia's World Tree? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we deal with a World Tree or something in the 4th, because... Here's a question. Do we know what the fuck this thing is? Is this supposed to be the Crystal Tower, or is this supposed to be a World Tree? Banger idea. What if the section of the entire world of the 4th is like the 4th version of Mythology. And like this is supposed to be like the world tree. And it's just frozen over here. I don't know how many legs it has to stand on. I really should not have done a theory crafting stream when I'm dead tired, but you know, live and learn. Giant ice flower. Yeah, it's one giant Shiva alt. Why do I read chat when I drink water? Crystal, bloom, and onion. Do we know how many expansions are in this, like, in this narrative saga? Didn't, like, Yoshi P said it goes, like, 10.0? Or is it only 9.0? 0.3, but still. Frozen World Tree Crystal. I could see that. I'm curious on what part of the service this is. Yeah, I didn't even, like, consider that before, like, this stream. Where in the 4th are we? Because, like, if we're in the 4th version of Mythology, holy shit, Implication City. I mean, if we're doing, like, Norse mythology, you have to introduce, like, Yggdrasil. Like, you don't just, like, skirt around that. They also talked about the Promised Land. Like, that's something I haven't seen really talked about that much when it comes to Evercold. I forget when the trailer it is. Like, the narrator mentions, like, finding, like... blanking on it. Oh, my God. The Promised Land, which is very Final Fantasy VII coded. But, like, perhaps it also references, like, Yggdrasil. Narrator called the original nations the Novakit. Did they?
Oh, you know it better than me by now. But if you insist. Yes!
Do we cause the cold? I wouldn't be surprised if we find out we caused the cold because we got rid of Zodiac or something. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like if we got rid of Zodiac or not, it's like one of the two. Or perhaps both. Pretty sure we'll fight Genova. I think it's like builds up to Genova or like Ultima. It's like one of the two. Maybe both. Or like maybe we do Genova in the meantime and like Genova leads to Ultima. They were from and a promise to go back to. Gotcha. Yeah, that parallel makes a lot of sense then. I know this song gonna go hard as hell in dungeons. Can you imagine the battle theme?
Time few yet recall. I'm prospered, for the world was rich in plenty. Majestic trees stood sentinel over lands without end.
Valhalla is technically the promised land in Norse mythology.
Sprang rivers flowing into and feeding great seas. And noble kingdoms flourished, wanting for naught.
She is a catacomb. I've heard of that.
Long ago.
It's hard to see from there. Like maybe there's a bit of a bulge from the Cadia there.
Then what happened?
One more time? It's my favorite story.
So it's like Heavensward 2.0. It's like Heavensward mixed with Shadowbringers in some ways.
You know it better than me.
Noble, not Nova. Oh.
But if you insist.
She has a tail in the overhead shot. Oh, yeah, you're damn right. Yeah, good point. Dude, also, shout out to that timing, by the way, for when we got to this scene immediately. Yeah, she has a tail right here.
Yes.
Is Matoya a catco or no? I forget. Gotta look it up. No, not Matoya's hat. God damn it, autocorrect. Kind of hard to tell. She wears a hat. She's a higher. Okay, so... yeah. Like, Ystola's shard makes a lot of sense.
Tell me about the promised land.
Yeah, okay. I was like in between. Oh yeah, I forgot this is just a fucking tree. Right, okay. I forgot that parchment existed, dude. The entire tapestry. That's just Yggdrasil. All right, that makes sense. I wonder if there's a tree in this trailer. Is it over here? Is it under here? All right, found it. I spy with my little eye something frozen in green. Does kind of look like a bomb-ass popsicle, though. You know what I mean? It's like...
In a time
just saying.
few yet record. Stick tree rivers flowing in kingdoms flourished.
Snakes at the bottom? Oh my god, good poll. Hold on.
Tell me about the prom.
Long ago.
Are those snakes or those roots? Those look like roots to me. I don't see snakes. I see Viking longboats, though, at the top. Shadowed like one shape. Yeah, I don't see snakes. I see tree roots. Yeah, we'll get like an expanded trailer in like the Berlin Fan Fest, and we'll get the full one in Tokyo. Or like wherever it's in Japan. WoW players are World Tree experts. What does this mean? Yeah, it's a Yggdrasil, actually. You guys found out the main boss of this entire arc is Feroc from World of Warcraft. He's back at it again, trying to burn down another tree. This constellation... I wonder if there's like any meaning to the stars here. Oh, that's the kid. Brother, I thought this was like a Ascian mask or something. I was like, what the hell is this aberration in the bottom left corner of the screen? It's the kid. All right. Yeah, it's like standard course. They like drip feed the full cinematic over the course of the fan fests. And then the final trailer will have the unfiltered vocals, so you can actually understand what the fuck they're saying.
Wanting for naught.
Still saying the fourth member of the Cyan group will be the new tank. Oh yeah, good question. That's a good question, actually. Who's getting a job change? Obviously, we are the Reaper, but who in the Scions is going to be the new jobs? Maybe they job change Justinian. He's like one of the few that have not been in job change yet. Wait, is it 14 branches? Are they that on the nose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If you don't count like these like two little like shriveled penises down here, yeah, I count 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I count 14, yeah. I think Estanian at minimum is due for like a glamour set. Bro needs one badly. Wuklamot or Sphene will be the new tank. Okay, Sphene tank though, I'm down for. I can't have Sphene be the main tank though. I need an off tank. Have a job change to like Gunbreaker or something. We could get a new member. I feel like we're due for a new member. I still kind of hold fast to the theory that we're going to get a crew representing like all the different shards or the shards we're dealing with. We have Fiend for the 9th, Zero and Golbez for the 13th, Reen and Gaia for the 1st. We need, like, new crew for this place. I don't know if we've met them yet, though. I don't know if this dude is going to be the villain or the biggest bro of all time. He's either going to be that one depressed bro that texts you at like 3 in the morning saying thanks for everything, or he's going to be the guy that kills everyone in the end. It's like one of the two. I don't know which. I'm leaning towards this dude being an antagonist. What if new member is from Golemald and is a new tank of 7.5? We're going to Golemald. Better yet, what if, hear me out, we go back to Golemald, Xenos is waiting for us. Yeah? Hear me out now. He said, hey, I heard you need a trust guy. Yeah? I heard Alphino is standing in all your AoEs, acting like a dumbass. I got you covered. My friend, imagine. Synergy. Serendipity. It's a good fight in a Realm Reborn. I know they like redid the fight like last couple of years, so it's actually not a cakewalk anymore, but still. We should probably redo that fight. In fact, can I sign up for Cape Westwind? Where's the trial? A Realm Reborn. Where is it? Am I blind? It's a trial, right? Am I blind? Cape Westwind was like a Realm Reborn, right? It's part of MSQ. You can't. It's a fucking. Oh my god. New Game Plus. Where are you? What? Okay. Where are you? I might be blind. There you are. Why would they put New Game Plus there? Okay. Main scenario. Ah, fuck. Okay. Well. Tank quest. Alright, well. Let's just reminisce to all the times I had to do 2 GCDs and kill the guy. I don't know how important the Scions B team's gonna be. That'll be an interesting question for like 7.5, because we know we're like teaming up again, or like at least talking to like those guys a bit. Now, the other interesting thing is we've only seen 3 Scions in this trailer. Us, Alphino, and Estanian. We know, like, the crew is in 7.5. But they've only shown Estanian and Alphino for the 4th. What if this Aura Uncle is a Winterer? Good idea, maybe. You can just tell from his eyes that he's depressed. You know, I somewhat wonder if this is a memory. And he's just like eternally like reliving this memory of like losing whoever this character is. Because he looks like he's been through this a bunch of times before. Like he's used to this somewhat. He doesn't like it, but he's like numb to it. What if he looks like this because he has to be a new range physical user? And he's like, I have to play range physical? Oh my. He carved out his own eye just to feel something. That might be my new theory going forward. He's a summoner in Blue Mage. Nah. This girl was the summoner. That's why she despawned. He's a male aura. They all have resting depressed face. He's connected to the ice giant somehow. Wouldn't surprise. What if he's Loki? What if they play on that? And it's like you expect Loki to be like over the top and silly because he's the trickster. What if this is actually Loki? No, he can't be. The one eye is Odin. Right. I forgot about that. That could be like a subterfuge and like he's trying to like... I think the safer bet is that he's Odin. He's the boy from the trailer. Is he?
Yes! Alright, I'm ready. Tell me about the promised land.
Let's look at the horn. Oh my god, they're covering his chin. Yo, wait a minute. The horns look similar to me. No, not her, him. Question. Is like the mustache there from birth or like they grow that in with puberty? The horns themselves look the same to me. Wait. Thank God you guys are here. Why did I think those are the same? Those are completely different. Am I blind? I might actually be blind. Okay. This is why we're streaming this. Alright, throw that theory out the window. That's why we do this. Who the hell is this kid then? Wait a minute. No, different horn. Okay. Who the fuck is this kid? Brother, who are you? WH or Megalol? We got some random junior in here. It does kind of remind me like the end of Final Fantasy 16. Wait, one eye Nidhogg? Oh, good point. I still think this dude is supposed to be Odin. That's the main theory I'm like confident in. Maybe Odin's son? Maybe? Like, maybe they're related. Hello, John. Welcome to the stream. The kid is collateral. Yeah. Little did we know, Y'shtola's shot here is the main villain of the entire thing. She kidnapped this kid, and she's holding him for ransom against this guy. So we have to team up to fight the old lady. That's the plot. We just solved it. All right, wrap it in. Don't worry about pre-ordering the next expansion, guys. We just solved it right there. That's your story. Yeah, job done. Sail of a. Did not mean to drop that. Almost fell on my chair there, sick. This is post 8.0 MSQ since she's retelling this tale. See, that's the one thing I'm not sure in. It's like, could this be an example of like when they did the narrative, like the narrator for Heaven's Sword, where it was the dude writing the book after the 0.3 patch? And it's like, could that be like an example of that? Or is this a flashback or something? Oldman tells this story from past tense from a perspective of already come and gone. Well, I'm not convinced we're the Wanderer. It feels like a bit of a red herring.
But everything changed when they arrived.
The traveler. The one from the sky.
Aye, though in those days, we
Does she say our wanderer? She says a word right before wanderer. I'm not convinced we're the wanderer. I'm not convinced by that at all. Maybe the lady's just telling a prophecy. I wouldn't be surprised if we deal with the kid in some capacity. I don't think he's gonna be like a pivotal character, maybe. Or he'll just be like an important side character or something. Far Wanderer. Is it Far Wanderer or Our Wanderer?
In those days, we knew them as Far Wanderer.
Far does sound right. What I don't think they're going to do is I don't think they're going to just call this dude Odin. I think it's like in the same way they did not call Calyx Redatoska, I don't think they're going to call this dude Odin. We already have characters like named Odin and Redatoska in Final Fantasy XIV lore. I think they're supposed to be the representation of the Norse mythology version of that character, though. Like, I think this is supposed to represent Odin in the fourth. I don't think his name is going to just be Odin Pants, right? Like, I don't think that's going to be the case. That kid definitely not going to make it through the expansion. Oh, yeah, this kid's getting Shadowbringers. How dark do we think this story is going to go? Because I have an idea. Oh my god, imagine like... There's no way they would do this. That's too dark. Just like imagine over the course of the story at some point we find like a cabin out in the woods. And we go there and we find their shriveled like frozen corpses. And we use the echo to hear her tell the story. And that's how we learn. How dark do we think this story is going to get? Because I have ideas. Because, like, the entire way they framed this scene makes me think, oh, we're going to go dark. Okay, Yoko Taro. But, like, imagine how cool of a reveal that would be. It's like we learn the history of this world using an echo vision over, like, their frozen corpses in, like, an abandoned, like, cabin we find. I'm just saying. If they want to go the other way from Dawn Trail, the Wanderer changed everything, but they are clearly in not great conditions. I wonder if the Far Wanderer is Azim. Do we know when or where Azim died? Better question. Do we know if Azim's dead? He had to split up. Right. He was sundered. Right. My head's been full of Xeno. Wait a minute. Where is the fourth version of Azim's Shard? When we went to the first, we had to deal with that. I still hold to the theory that 0 is like our shot in the 13th. Maybe like we're probably almost certainly going to deal with Azim's shot at some point in this expansion. I still believe like the Godless Realm saga is about Azim. What if one of the reasons they picked Reaper for the job for the expansion is because we had to go kill our own shard? So like we're reaping ourselves and like we're reaping Azim's like legacy. There's definitely symbolism behind them like picking Reaper. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Probably hiding the logo somewhere. AKA Zera's gonna die by our hands. Oh god. Don't make me kill Zera though, right? I like Zera. Asm's shot is the same material as a multiverse, K. Asm is us though. Asm was us unsunded. I think they're gonna make the distinction that like Asm is not us in terms of like our personality and all that. Hiding in the logo. Well, isn't this supposed to be this girl? Wait, did the horns match? I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the horns match there. The outfit looks way more detailed than what we saw here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's the logo girl. The horns look like wings. Yeah, they do. I wonder if, like, how deep are they going to go with this? Because, like, they could have picked the wings for her, like, represent wings to fly and all that. She has bangs in the logo of Talmud. Maybe? Rather, where was it? Ah, there you are. I mean, maybe? If we want to get nitpicky, like this bit right here doesn't exactly line up with like this bit over here. Like hers protrudes out more. Her does kind of do that as well. I wonder if like this is deliberately like... bangs on the same side too. And the hair looks more wispy. It is bangs, don't get me wrong. Could be a stylistic choice for the art style. Unsunded Halmarut? Maybe? Which of the convocation was sunded? Okay, Halmarut was sunded. So it could be an example where it's like, this is another shot of Halmarut. And that could explain why there's like subtle differences between them. Oh, Nibbly and Kim, welcome to the stream. It's like, that could be it. Because like Halmarut is definitely going to be an important character going forward, like obviously. They wouldn't introduce Halmarut and just have a fuck off for the next expansion, right? Like that wouldn't happen. All the unsunded are humanoid, though. She wouldn't look like an aura if she was unsunded. Oh, good point. Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. It's like... we might be looking at this wrong, trying to identify whether or not this is Halmarut or this girl. They could just be both. I think like the obvious pick though is that this character is supposed to be this girl. Because like it's the exact same prayer pose. Yeah, I think it's the exact same prayer pose. She's also in front of the giant like ice flower thing. The ice world tree. Wasn't there some theory floating around with like the origins of the aura and like what we got in like Asm's Step? With like Nama and like whatever the moon, not the moon one, the sun one was. It's like we could probably be digging up in like aura lore maybe. God. They made it sound like 7.5, and like what we get on Tuesday is going to give us a lot of indication for the future. I imagine we're going to get a Halmarut lore dump. I imagine we're going to get down to the moon. Thankfully, we don't have to wait too long for that. That's only Tuesday. About the winter and the heat death of the universe. Yeah, like where I'm coming from, right? It's like, it makes sense for Halmarut to be a very important character, especially in this expansion, because they just introduced her. My only main thing right now is I don't know what's supposed to be a misdirection. I definitely think this character is supposed to be like related to Halmarut. Back reinstalling Final Fantasy 14 now. Best of luck for your next 5 hours trying to figure out how to install it. Best of luck with that. I will never forget, brief aside by the way, I'll never forget when I try to transfer like my Final Fantasy 14 version from one hard drive to another. So I had to reinstall it, right? So I had deleted one drive. That was my mistake. So when I tried to reinstall Final Fantasy 14, it wouldn't let me because I had uninstalled OneDrive, and for some reason it wanted something installed on OneDrive. I can't tell you if there's another event or situation in the human experience that is closer to getting your balls slopped off with like a rusted pair of scissors than having to like Google how to reinstall OneDrive. Brother, I felt like I was a dog being neutered. I felt like my entire world just like shrunk in on itself. I felt myself like shrivel up into like a withered husk of an individual. I felt like this dude. It's like that like 1,000-yard stare this dude has was me. The dialogue of the Asm Step people has changed. Magni just asked me how the moon was and if there were any chicks there. Oh, I didn't even think of talking to those guys again. Wait, why is OneDrive attached to 14? That's a good question. I never figured it out. It's just when I reinstalled OneDrive, which I hate myself for doing that, it installed perfectly. I don't know why. I think it was for screenshots, but it for some reason just wanted OneDrive, and it refused to reinstall without it. If there's an Oracle of Light and Dark, why not other elements? Yeah, I agree. That's a very fair assumption. Like, we have Gaia and Reen for Light and Dark for the first. Who's maybe the Oracle of Ice? Well, we may have had an Oracle of Ice. She may have just died back in Heavensward. Old Shiva, you know? Why do I feel so attached to these characters, by the way, when we had like only 5 seconds of them? Like, my god, the writing in this like trailer is still so good. They really need to make Eden MSQ. I feel like at some point they have to pull that trigger. Like, they have to, right? It's like, I understand the MSQ is already very long, but still, like, at some point you have to pull that trigger. Like, Eden itself is not gonna make it or break it for people, right? Like, that's not gonna happen. 4th, Shiva incoming. Oh my god, yes. I wonder if there's a zone that's like half frozen, half living. Oh, that'd be cool. I'm convinced what they're going to do is, I think there's a reason they haven't mentioned like the names of any of the zones so far. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the zones that we were shown aren't actually in a bunch of different zones, if it's only like 2. And it's just like the way that the Cloud Sea was back in like Heavensward. And we just like fly from one to the other. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some big reveal like that. Now, I don't think it's like we've only seen like one zone. I think it's been a couple, but I don't think it's like as many as we think. Like, I don't think like maybe... Like, you see what I mean? It's like, I think we could like go from like this area, because this area doesn't look that big by itself. We could probably like fly to like another one of the like floating like little islands and go there, and I imagine it'd be like a completely different aesthetic. I could see him doing something like that. That old woman could be like one of the Norns. Oh, good. I completely forgot about the Norns. Good fucking poll there. 3 women who weave fate at... Yeah, really. Who weave fate at the well of Urda beneath Yggdrasil. Oh, Keto, you might be cooking. Asm's symbol is the astrological symbol for the sun. Yeah, and also... I agree with this, like, tweet here. It also looks like an Ouroboros symbol. Like a twin adder thing. Please don't let the writing suck this time. Here's my thing. I'm a big example. Not a big example. I'm a big advocate of you can generally tell if something's good or bad based on a small snippet. Not all the time, but like I tend to find where it's like for things that are really good, you don't need like too much time to be able to identify and say, hey, this is gonna hit. It's like the pacing, the tone, the vibe, the storytelling in this trailer, there is clearly a step up. I would be shocked beyond belief if Evercold isn't really good narratively. Because one, the patches in Dawn Trip have been really fucking good. But also, it's like, you don't accidentally write a section that is as deep as this like 10 section window right here, where it's like a double reference to like the A Realm Reborn cinematic, with this guy being Louis Soir. And then this Y'shtola parallel here. But also have it being a parallel to Final Fantasy VII with Aerith and like Sephiroth. It's like, you don't accidentally write shit like that. I'm pretty confident.
And then what happened?
Beginning of the trailer when the key and the Asm crystal fuse become Asm symbol. What I'm interested to see if we can transition zones by jumping off the cliffs, given the joke they made about jumping in the hole in the city garden. Good point. I think that's probably one of the reasons they didn't like tell us any zone names, and they just showed a bunch of place locations. I think the zones are bigger than we think. I think that's gonna be what like one of the big reveals. Good pull. Good pull. Like, it's very noticeable here. Yeah. Like, that's the symbol around the Asm symbol. Yeah. It's like the twin serpent thing, the Ouroboros. That's so cool. Also, notice how all the shards are coming together here. Unite the stars into one. I think we're probably in store for like 2 big reveals for like zones going forward. I think one is that the zones are like multi-aesthetic. And like quite a few of them will just be a bunch of like scattered islands with different aesthetics. So it's like way more crammed into one zone than we think. I think another thing will be that, because they're not subtle about this, at some point we gotta go to the surface, right? Like that has to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a zone or two like down the surface. Like we have to go down here. There's no way we don't. Like that just has to happen. One of the cities looks like Norse Midgard from Final Fantasy. Do you mean the lava one? Yeah, it's like you can kind of see it, what I'm talking about, like in the background here, where it's like you have this like smaller area, and there's like a bridge here, and it goes like another island. Uniting the shards of the red herring. I don't think we're gonna do it like Emmett Silk was. I think Dawnshell will be like the blueprint, where it's like we take a piece of the shard, we put it on the source, and maybe we like allow the rest of the shard itself to die. Maybe that's like what we do. Blind Frost is the location in the world. It's like above Hingashi. It's like above the Far East, basically. This would not be Blind Frost. Which we still have to go to at some point. Lava City is literally Midgard layout. In terms of it being a circle, the lower section, it does look somewhat similar. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just call this Midgard. Like I said, I think like the references to Final Fantasy VII will be like how Dawnshell did Final Fantasy IX. I don't think it's going to be necessarily one for one everywhere, in a few spots probably. Oceans need to grow over time for more lands. They could just like make the map bigger. I think there's ways around that. I also think it's like we've already put the Alexandria bit like on top of Tyrol. If all the civilizations of the fourth now are just like on these like sky continents, you can slap those anywhere, right? Like put them above Ul'dah. No one cares about that place anyways, right? Like just like put them right above there. They really only showed us 2 to 3 zones. I'm right there with you, Mr. Leo. I think we've only seen like 2 to 3 zones. I think they want us to feel like we've seen 4 or 5. I think we've only seen like 2 or 3. We definitely have to have at least 1 zone on the surface. I would be shocked if we didn't. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and hello, 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 Ramtol V for the $20 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love your videos. Here's to Evercold. Hey, here's to Evercold to you too. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm definitely along the way of thinking. We have like a few zones we don't know anything about. They are very like consistent on this, where they like to have big reveals. By the way, insane pause. Where they like to have big reveals saved for future fan fests. I care about Ul'dah. Don't worry. Come to the Twin Adder. Free yourself. Come to a better place. Yeah? Just saying. New theory. So these are definitely going to be the lava fills of the fourth, right? Like we all understand that. Next theory. There's going to be a glamour set that you can get that'll just turn you into like one of these guys. They'll just make you look like them. It's gonna be designed. Oh, by the way, I just noticed like the dwarf beard style. Oh, that's kind of sick. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is like the dwarf beard from the first. Oh, I didn't even notice that before. That's cool. Gridania best starting city? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Sigurd. I think, like, of all the scenes that are going to get expanded, I imagine there will be quite a few. This one, definitely. Because this was a giant, like, why is this here? This is definitely, like, something going to be expanded. Like, we're going to see what's beyond these clouds. 100%. It's like, the scene's going to continue on. Because it just, like, cuts there awkwardly. We're definitely going to expand on this scene, and it's like, we're going to go through the clouds and see what's there. Bet. Yeah, I agree. They have to make Eden mandatory. It's too important. I get crafting vibes from this design. God, imagine one of these days we get an expansion announcement and the Warrior of Light's just a crafter. He's just like, fuck it, I'm a carpenter now. I'll raid with a saw. All I need. Through the clouds? I gotta... Yeah. I think you're along the right track. I think we're going down. I think we're like breaching the cloud layer and we're gonna go down to the surface here. I think this is our way to do it. Like we build this ship, we find this ship or whatever, and we ride it down to the surface. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Holy fake out. Brother, this is the 9th. Look at the lightning. That's the 4th.
Those days, we knew them.
Brother, that's the lightning storm from the 9th. It's the same color. That's the bait out. They like sandwich this between the cold stuff. Like they have the 4th here to show us like the ice world. But notice there's no giant cloud layer. And then they transition to the logo. Then they transition to the logo here. We are bringing lightning as a way to protect ourselves. That's how we solve the 4th. The way that we're pumping light and dark from the 1st and the 13th to each other, we do the same with the 9th. Where's that elemental wheel? Final Fantasy 14 elemental wheel. No, I don't want the triple triad card, you absolute cock. Yeah, lightning and ice are like opposed to each other. They're polar opposites. That's the big reveal we get at a future fan fest. One of our ways to like solve this is we pump lightning ether from the 9th to the 4th. Because like we already have the infrastructure to do that because we did that with the 1st and the 13th. It wouldn't take like a long like leap of logic to get there. Yeah. Elemental wheel has a tree. Good pull as well. There's a fucking tree right in the middle. Enhance this image. Wait a minute. Okay, it's not 1 for 1. Same tray. Look at the branches. There's 3 main segments to this tray. You have the giant shaft in the middle, pause. Then you have like the 2 like chodes out to the sides here, right? It's a bit of like an artistic interpretation here. But like we have like the trident poke here as well. It's like broken up into 3 different sections. You have the middle bit and the 2 things on the side. It's not 1 for 1, don't get me wrong. But I bet that's at least symbolic or something. Yeah, I think this is like the world tree in the 4th. You know, I wonder if like, because we don't know exactly how we get to the 4th. I wonder if we get to the 4th from the 9th. Sphene can still be coming then? Yes, this was my ultimate ploy. We find a theory to work Sphene back into the story because I need my thumbnail farm. Unless we get a lot more Halmaroot, I'm gonna need someone for thumbnails. Thancred not gonna cut it. I love Estinian, right? I love Alphino. I love my boys. They're not gonna cut it. I need my thumbnail farm back. I haven't looked in the Q&A. Was it just them asking for butt sliders? The Sphene. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It's like... Maybe Wooklamont. Oh god, imagine. Oh, here's the real play. Here's the big reveal. You thought me sniping the fact we're going... You thought me sniping the fact this is the 9th was crazy? Here's the big reveal. You know those, like, artificial masks you can get of, like, real people and you, like, put it over your head as, like, a disguise? This is Wooklamont. She just put, like, a mask over herself to make her look like us. That's the big reveal for like the Tokyo Fan Fest. It's like she does one of these and it's Wooklamont the entire time. Called it. For 3. Game winner. Tinfoil hat. Treno people are actually preservation baddies. Aw, imagine them being Treno the bad guys the entire time. That'd be a beautiful day to make the floor bleed, you know? Beautiful day. Lightning is the opposite element. Lightning is compressed heat. He'll bring this up to the devs. Good. I need my Warrior of Light to have a BBL. Badly. Desperately. Fiendishly. To plant a Wook. Okay. Now my question is, are we gonna have a zone on the 9th or no? That's my thing. I don't know if they're gonna have Sphene be a big party member for this expansion. If we need to read way more into the fact that this is probably the 9th right here and not the 4th, there's an opportunity there for Sphene to be integrated into the story more. I think Warrior of Light is a black mage using a Reaper glamour set. Oh, you might be cooking. It's not that the Warrior of Light's a Reaper. This is actually advertising the fact you can, like, glamour over weapons now. Huge pull. Alexander has yet to be summoned by the kingdom that it was built on. True. I just wonder if they're not gonna do the Alexander and Alexandria thing because we already had Alexander back in Heavensward. I'm convinced this is the 9th. I don't know if this is like the beginning of the expansion and like that's the big reveal. And it's like we go to the 4th through the 9th. We're gonna need some electrode expert, right? Wait, Alice Fiend wouldn't be an electrode expert because she was taking a nap the entire time. Here's a thought, was the Crystal Tower, did Alec make it, or was it actually part of the World Tree that became petrified and then used to hop shard Alexander did in the 13th and who did? Do we actually know where the Crystal Tower came from originally? Because I love that theory. Female Alexander, oh god, yes. Okay. We had male Alexander in Heavensward. Hear me out. Alexander, the 9th version, massive titties. Obviously mechanical. New summoner ability. I don't call net, I call game. We got, yeah, Shale's definitely gonna be like a main one. I'm kind of glad I like Shale. Charge the poopy cannons. Oh god, a 4th version of Hashafont. Oh god. Can the mechanical boobs still be Gatling gun lasers? I would prefer if they are. I feel like that it has to be like baseline. It's like at that point, if it's not, we're just like under-delivering. Hear me out. The light in the cinematic represents the future with NPC romance and it's coming soon for sure. You might be cooking. Guys, better question. When they introduce the dating sim, because obviously they're going to do that, right? Naturally. Do you think they would let us romance Yoshi P's self-insert for the Rising event? Do you think they would do that? Better question. If you do that, and it's like a secret that you can do you think they would be bold enough to give you a permanent DPS buff for your account? No, for your character. And if you don't pick it, then you don't get the buff. Look, I already called game by calling this shit being the 9th. Like, I don't know how to go up from there. I don't know how to go up from there. I always thought his Lala was the self-insert. There's like 3 self-inserts. His actual player character. The guy you get like extreme trials from. And then the guy from the Rising. We just had a future of the 9th. It makes sense to lead to the past. Romancing the minstrel ballad guy. Absolutely. Better question. Do you guys think they would let us cuck the goblin from the Alexander raid and we could romance the goblin? Do you think they would let us? Do you think they would give us a title for that as well? You see, I'm asking the real question today. We're doing the hard-hitting, important theory crafting on this stream. Prudence! Better yet. Only gobbies? Oh my god, no. We should have tucked Haga from WoW. Oh my god, Haga and Gabi like love story. That's the plot to 9.0. Just tonal whiplash the entire time. We go from like one extreme to the other. Like we go from this expansion where I called that like we're gonna have like a echo vision. It's like we'll find like these two dead, frozen in like an abandoned shack somewhere. We go in there, stand above their frozen corpses, and with an echo vision of this conversation. And that's how we like learn the backstory of this place. Like we go from that to like Gabi romance in 9.0. I just want total whiplash across the board. And the class is probably like dual shield gun. That's probably the main tank. Ffxiv got a book from Alexandria Castle. The book was said to be passed down through generations of the royal family. Same line as Garnet / Dagger. I will never call it Dagger. Her summons need to reflect on this fate. Yeah. I feel like Ffxiv will be important. I just don't know if she's going to be important in 8.0 or if they're going to like save it for like 8.4 or like 8.1 or something. Next video, Final Fantasy 14 Smash a Pass. Hold on. Final Fantasy 14 Smash a Pass, but it's not the sex thing. It's like, do you want to smash them for raid loot? And like you smash them with a hammer. And it's just like, how like down bad will I be for loot? It's like, will I kill a Loperit for loot? The answer is yes, but like, will I admit that in a video? If they brought back 1.0 companions and made them romanceable, oh god. Like the tank tops and have TikTok shop in the 4-shot. Oh my god. Better yet, in-game advertisements. Bring back VAR3? Yes. VAR3 romance arc when? Guys, do you ship VAR3 X Stola? Do you think that exists anywhere on the internet? I kind of hope it doesn't. Like, maybe we found the one thing that doesn't exist. Oh, God. Hey, Square Enix, thank me later. If you want to double player time, allow us to, like, glamour over the Scions. Like we can with those NPC custom deliveries. Let us do that with, like, the Scions, and it's reflective in the cutscenes in-game. Yeah, so you will actually double player time and player investment if you do that. You're welcome for that, by the way. That's a freebie. Gun Lancer, the new job. I think it's like double shield gun. I think like Yoshi P's t-shirt is very on the nose. I think it's just Ritson from like Cape Westwind. It's like double shield and those shields have cannons. I think it's just that. Bear in mind, I want that because that sounds awesome. First of all, Xenos' story is over when I say it's over, yeah? Xenos is my guiding moonlight, my star, my beloved, my one true friend. I need Xenos back. In fact, better yet, I need us to go around all the different shards, collecting the shards of Xenos. I need us to have like a whole like party. I want a trust dungeon of only Xenos. No healers though. Don't need them. Shield gun physical range would be the biggest, like, whoa. I would say double shield gun has to be like tank. Especially since it's main tank. My question is, do you think they're going to expand on this part of the trailer? Xenos Horcrux Adventure? Yes. this is my bet. It's like, obviously, they're going to expand on this part of the trailer. I think they're going to expand on it to, like, showcase it even more that this is the 9th, not the 4th. I'm pretty solid with that, like, theory we got earlier. Are they going to expand on this bet? Emmett will talk here. Get that man onto the writing team now. Oh my god, imagine like Berlin Fan Fest or something. They show this trailer and Emmett just starts yapping. Absolute cinema. It is absolutely fascinating that they made the artistic choice there to have the key and the crystal form like the two chasing serpents from Asm's logo. Predictions of the names of the new tank: Bastion, Rune God, Frost. Frost 1 would be cool though. Maybe like Bastion. And I feel it's gonna be Golem ult themed. Warden, maybe? Defender? I don't know. I want Medion back too. That's why I got the Bud minion. My headcanon is this is just Medion and she's been with me the entire time. I've been showing her the world. Emmett could say I just fought it and the community would collectively faint. You're not wrong. I don't know what that says about us, but you're not wrong.
One more time. It's my favorite story.
Whoa. I wonder if they would like expand on this, because just like having a still frame of this part of the parchment or like tapestry for like this amount of time in a cinematic is a choice. Like, I get they're gonna light it up here, but I wonder if that bit's gonna get changed.
Oh, you know it better than me by now.
No, I haven't quit Midnight now.
If you insist.
The writing is shit though. I haven't quit.
All right, I'm ready. Tell. Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's 100% just your shoulders like shot or something, right? Like cat girl tail. Also, she's casting fucking fire over here. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Or why I didn't see that. She's casting a spell over here to light the candle.
All right, I'm ready. Tell me about the promised land.
Long, long ago.
The Promised Land, yeah.
In a time.
I think you mentioned this before, Mr. Leo. The Promised Land is definitely like the forgotten frozen waste on the surface. Better yet, what if this is Xenos? Guys, hear me out. What if Xenos had a sex change operation and we had a time skip by like 40 years and this turned out to be Xenos the entire time? I'm on my game tonight.
Few yet recall.
Like only Dagger 3s.
Majestic trees stood sentinel over lands without end. Trees stood sentinel over lands without end.
What if that's the same cabin that the cat girl and the boy are in? What if that's the same cabin? Are there more cabins they show here? Okay, yeah, okay, forget what I just said.
From time over lands without end.
Hi, Yoshi P. Yes, I'm gonna need more of these sheep in game, by the way. I know they're already in game. I'm gonna need even more. What if this was just Cosmos? You're cooking.
From towering peaks sprang
Unnecessary, completely unnecessary detail, but the kid sounds vaguely like a Realm Reborn Eater.
rivers flowing into and feeding great seas. and feeding.
God, we don't have a map of Mirror City, right? Oh my god. Is the Crystal Tower on an island out in the middle of the lake? Because, like, is this supposed to be where the Crystal Tower is in the source, but we're, like, on the fourth here? And this, like, ice tree is being formed here instead. Oh, yeah, I saw that too, Mr. Leo. So that one, like, concept art that looks like the City of the Ancients. Where was that? This is that snake building from before we saw in game. Where is it? Good shot, but hold on, where is it? I know the exact one you're talking about. Yeah. That does look like the City of the Ancients. There's no way that's a coincidence. Like, the expansion definitely, like, feels like a mix between, like, Norse mythology and also just Final Fantasy VII stuff. Yeah, the Promised Land was also a dead giveaway. Yeah, definitely. Would they be that on the nose? Not that. Oh, that's a cut. Oh, that's a cut. Oh, that's a cut.
Flew to the sky. We had no choice but to flew to the sky.
I need to see. Okay, we can see tree branches at the top there. I want to know how on the nose with this, like, parallel to Aerith that they're actually doing. I want to know how on the nose it is. Is this taking place here? And it's, like, right up against this. Or, like, maybe this is all ruined. It doesn't look like it. But, like, if they want to be on the nose with the Final Fantasy VII stuff, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe it's, like, over it. And it's, like, under the ice. And it's, like, an Alien versus Predator situation. And, like, this is all just, like, under a block of ice or something. And, like, this juts out. You can see that the girl is translucent, by the way. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this girl isn't real in this moment in time, and if this is just, like, a memory that this dude is experiencing. Yeah. They're probably not gonna be on the nose with that too much. Yeah, I think this dude, not an echo vision, but something akin to it. I think he's just, like, reliving, like, this character's life. I always thought Adonis was Final Fantasy XIV Sephiroth. I think you're right. I think it's, like, probably a case of, like, they don't have to be, like, one for one. It's like, I don't think they're going to call this dude Sephiroth, right? I don't think they're going to call him Odin either. But I think that like there's supposed to be like some narrative parallels there. I think we'll probably see that a lot in Evercold, where it's like, it's not like one-for-one references or like one-for-one, this is this from this other game or this other like mythology, but things that are supposed to be representative. Crystal Chronicles. GameCube game, huh? I wonder how on the nose it'd be. Did you notice the old lady's cattail? Yeah. I didn't notice it. Chad pointed it out to me, but I also noticed that she's casting a spell here.
All right, I'm ready.
I think this is Y'shtola's shard. I don't think it's Y'shtola. I think it's a Y'shtola's shard, though.
Tell me about the promised land.
That, or there's a crazy time skip about to happen. Like, there's no way they would do this, because there's no way they would, like, there's no way they would do this to Y'shtola as the character that we know. But, like, imagine in 7.5, there's a parallel to Shadowbringers, where in the Stormblood patches, the Scions one by one, like, fell asleep and their souls were, like, moved over to the first. Imagine, like, something similar happened here with the fourth. And we had that giant time skip. So Y'shtola gets, like, yoinked, like, abducted, thrown into the fourth. And when we go back to the fourth, when we meet up with her in 8.0, she's, like, this old now. And just, like, that much time has passed. There's no way they would do that to Y'shtola. But, like, imagine. In before on Tuesday, they do exactly that. Crystal Chronicle Crystal Bear has the crystal that looks like the town in the World Tree Crystal. Huh. I need to look more into that. Yeah, I think the safer bet is this is just the fourth version of Y'shtola. And it's just like a shard. I think that's probably what it is. There was a moment she died in Shadowbringers and then been brought back to life. Could have been from that. Oh, like he split it in two or something? It'd be a crazy reveal. I feel like they would have hinted at that up to this point, though. It can't be Matoya, because Matoya's not a cat girl. This is definitely a cat girl, because you can see the tail here. I thought Matoya before as well, but it can't be Matoya, because Matoya's not a cat girl. Unfortunately. Yeah, I agree. Of like all the Scions, Y'shtola's the safest. She's too much of a face for the franchise. Unless they want to position Ffxiv to be that role from now on. I'm just saying, though. You know what I mean? You know, we had Y'shtola from, like, Limsa Minsa. That's already the merit, you know? Y'shtola's sister. Nah, I don't think it would do that. The one in Gridani, the one you're talking about. Or no, the one from the variant dungeon. Yeah, I think the safe bet is just you stole a shard. Oh, dude, I didn't even notice like these snake statues at the bottom here. Oh yeah, that's cool. Look at a snake statue right at the bottom there. It's like spitting out the water. There's another one over here. Oh, thank you, Steinberg. I appreciate that. Hello, hello, hello to you too. Gotta be honest, if it's Stola or Sfiend, we gotta see Sfiend. Agree, chat? I mean, I might. I don't know. That's a tough choice, though. I'd probably have to do like Sfiend just for the thumbnails.
But then came the
That's a cut. Whoa. Brother, what the fuck are we fighting? A drone army, by the way? It's interesting they're all crystal based. What a weird enemy for us to be fighting here, by the way. Like, let's just take a second to, like, think of that. It's like, of all the enemies they could have had us fighting in the trailer here, it's like these weird little crystal doodad things. Like, they look like they would be a sage glamour. You know what I mean? Like, we require additional pylons. But yeah, I think this is going to be like the zone design for like quite a few zones in the expansion. A bunch of islands we fly to. I challenge you to play the DLC as the most boring class. I don't want to play Summoner. Why would you wish that evil upon me? Allegan Army of the Fourth. Maybe. Don't they look a bit like the Highland Zodiac cave painting? Hold on, I have that footage recorded. Shadowbringer's B-roll. Where is it? Don't tell me I accidentally deleted it. Oh, I think I fucking did. Suck me. Oh, I think I accidentally deleted it. Fuck. Alright, well. Are they gonna bring Allegan stuff into this? Whoa. Oh, those are trees. Okay, I'm blind.
But then came the relentless ice. The world grew cold. Cold and still. Men succumbed.
I already went through hell. I did too. I called it Halo 5. These guys fascinate me because, one, that's obviously like a raid arena on its head, right? Like, we all understand this. Like, this disc above them, right? Like, we all understand there's gonna be a raid boss right there. Like, frame one. Not a raid boss, but like a trial or something. Like, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
And all was lost. We had no choice.
You know, it's interesting how these guys have a giant crystal in their chest. With all, like, the ice imagery we've had in, like, Evercold, obviously, there's also a lot of crystal stuff. Ah, okay. I wonder if, like, this giant, like, doohickey in its like, chest here, I wonder if that's like a control call in a way. Like, maybe it's the heart, or like maybe it's like some way to control these beasts. And like someone's controlling them, and like maybe that's like a reveal or something. Being all different though makes it feel like represent something different. Maybe it could also just be for like aesthetic variety, but you know, in a weird way, he kind of looks like Bismarck if like squint. Is there any summon that we know of that looks somewhat like this? I wonder if like maybe they're based in various like primals. Yeah, I think you're right on that, Mr. Leo. They're probably like akin to like Sin Eaters or something. The fourth didn't have a calamity, right? Correct. The fourth was not absorbed in. Where was it? Yeah, the fourth is alive and well. But it is suffering an ice calamity right now. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like these are like Pokeballed primals or something. They're primals that have been like captured. Which is where we come in because we can like overtake primals. Which is why the world has been like giga fucked for this entire time. Because they haven't been able to deal with primals. We come into the picture. We go through these things like deli cheese. Which begs the question, who's taming these fucking things? I want to know how extensive this cloud coverage is. Is that one Fenrir? Maybe? I want to know how extensive the cloud coverage is.
The world grew cold. Cold and still.
Because here, it doesn't look like everywhere's just a bunch of clouds like in Xenoblade 2. But I want to know if I was bang on earlier with this being the 9th, not the 4th. Or do you see how it's like swirly above here? Or if it's this. Like if like we're coming out of like here. Here. That's what I want to know. Yeah, because there's light right here. I want to know if that's what this is. And it could be that this is actually a reveal for what the surface looks like in-game that they're not willing to show yet outside of like this bit. Because whenever they try to show like the actual surface, they use this like not claymation, but like figurama ass art style. I still think I might be on the money with this being the 9th. This feels far too deliberate, and like if I'm trying to like misdirect the player base, this is what I would do. I would like sandwich this in between like imagery of the 4th and have this be the misdirect. Fuck. Alright, slight hitch in that plan. This is being frozen over. There's a little bit of a hiccup in my plan. That's definitely like frost. maybe it's not a hiccup if what I said before was more on the money than I thought it was. And the way we go to the 4th is through the 9th. And like there's like some kind of gateway we use maybe with the key. That's definitely frost though. And like maybe like what we are doing here is we're going from the 9th to the 4th and this is starting to freeze over because not like complete like frost coverage. It looks wet in places. So it's like it's only starting to wait a minute. So it's like it's only starting to freeze over here. I mean, depending upon how dark they want to go with the story, Winter, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the final result of what we have to do here is, like, we have to pick the Sky Islands, we keep those, we send them to the source, and we just let the surface die. Like, we let it wither. Oh, sniper pick right there, Leo. Lighting being used to protect us when we go to the 4th to break through the ice storm that's blocking the path. Yeah. Is that a dragon or an airship, the Warrior of Light? It looks like an airship to me because you can kind of see like segments in the ground here. Like right here, this looks like a tile or like plate. And like over here, like an extended section here. This looks metallic. But good idea that it could have been like a dragon back or something. No, hold on. Yeah, this is definitely like a ship. Either that or it's the largest dragon we've ever seen. I think it's a ship. Yeah, it's far darker here. I think we're bang on. I think in 7.5, we realize we have to go to the 4th, and we begin, like, trying to find a way to get to the 4th. We realize it's overtaken by ice right now, and we say, what if we just use the 9th to our advantage? We use, like, a lightning shield from the excess lightning ether of the 9th, and we use that to, like, puncture through to the 4th. That's the top of the snake tower. That is batshit, and I love it. Hold on. Let's see. Could be Golbez's sweet ride. We might be cooking. Are we riding on top of one of those monsters? I don't think so. It looks too small for that. The Hildegard 4. Oh my god. Hildebrand joins the Scions. Better yet, we join the Gentlemen of Light fully. We bring Alphino and Estadian into the fold. Main party going forward. Warrior of Light as a Reaper. Estadian, Alphino, Hildebrand. Boys. Yeah? We go in with the fucking lads. And we sort out the 4th in like one patch. And it's just over. We have that shit wrapped up by level 102. The rest of the expansion, the MSQ just ends there. We just like hang out with a nice little winter vacation. We go skiing for a bit. It's like, it's all wrapped up. Job done. Reaper armor still slaps. Yeah, I need this hat. Then we have to find them in the realms. God put spare ship. Yeah, the first like 8 levels is just us trying to get Hildebrand onto the ship. Then the last 2 levels we actually do the MSQ. Wrapped up. Job done. And that's how they get patches out the door quicker. Because they don't have to write the story anymore. Because it's wrapped up. What if that's the Ragnarok? Oh, how How badass would that be? In a story seeped in like Norse mythology, where we have like this guy representing Odin, Calix is Ratatoska. We come in as a Reaper on the back of a ship called Ragnarok to possibly end the world and rejoin it. Holy cinema. Oh, imagine. Imagine that's what it is. Oh, I like... Does it even look at the Ragnarok? I don't know. I need it to be, though, because that sounds badass. And we come in on a lightning storm as well, like fucking Thor. What if we are the representation of Thor in this story? We use the thunder parallel is us using the 9th and the lightning ether from the 9th. And we come from the sky as well. Yeah, we become the Ascians. Alright, better yet, because this definitely does not look like the Ragnarok. Better yet, we call whatever the fuck this is Ragnarok. Better yet, better yet, better yet, better yet. We call this Jormungandr. We're Thor. Thor and Jormungandr clashing begins Ragnarok. Who's Loki in this? Hildebrand. Better yet, Wu Clement. Make it a mount? Yeah, I need it to be a mount, and it needed to be this size. Don't scale it down at all. Alright, better question. What's the over-under on their understanding of Norse mythology being God of War Ragnarok? This will make a difference in terms of our predictions. Almost like rude mockings in a low. Oh, you might be cooking. Oh, I'm gonna have to run that fucking variant dungeon, aren't I? I've been putting that off for way too long. Oh! I'm not, like, tripping, right? These kids are totally dead, right? Like, that flower is withering under the ice. This thing's banging his head off the ground. These kids are definitely like... Oh, that's... Okay, we're going Doc. So we have children right here, by the way. Gravestones right here. And these animals are literally starving to death right here. Hi, Calix. Wait, no, that's the... Wait, no, that's not the squirrel that covers, like, Thancred's nut. Kid fell off the flower. Dumbass. Should have stayed inside and played video games, you know? Yo. Gatherers in shambles. Pickaxe. Shovel. Both broken. Hallelujah, though. The mosquito died. Thimblewinter. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a butterfly right here. Not much more to build off that, you know. I just saw a butterfly. What if Heimdall is the person who gets you the 4th? Oh my god, Heimdall's gonna be the most annoying fucking trial of all time. Can you imagine, like, half the fight, the dude doesn't even take any damage? Or it's just like, you get him down to like 0% all the time, he just heals the full, like 15 times you gotta do that. And like, at the very end, he's like, oh, I'm weak now, now you can actually hit me. And it's just like, now you can actually beat him. Oh my god, this could be the most annoying trial of my fucking life, dude. You know, it's kind of interesting how this is like roses right here, like flowers or something. Is that the same flower from before? Butterflies connected to Halmarote? Fucking cook it! Oh my god, yeah! Hold on. Can we actually get an explanation for why the fuck there's like two separate trailers? One for like the wrong version of English, the other one for correct one? Does anyone know why? It's not like they subtitled these themselves, by the way. They're auto-generated. So if like you wanted like subtitle them differently for the spelling, sure, I can see that. Where's Halmarote? Bro. Butterfly for Halmarote. Butterfly. Not the same butterfly, but there could definitely be a parallel here. So who's the cockroach? Or like who's this bug? Who's this representing? That's a better question. Hello, Assassin. Welcome to the stream. God, we're so back. Like, there's no reason we got all of that out of this, like, one screen grab. You know the writing's cooking right now. Alpha Noah's crazy. Don't do my boy like that. Hey, Daniel.
Struggle to survive.
Oh, is it because of the rating for like Peggy or like ESPN or whatever the fuck US has? Not ESPN. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith rates the game. It's interesting how the landscape over here is like layered.
They marched, and all
This isn't important at all, but it's just... It just reminds me of Crab Rafe. We're at that point in the night, by the way. My mind's like going like out to lunch.
was lost.
Is it a coincidence, by the way, that like along their arms, it's like binding rope? Is that a coincidence? Better yet, remember that theory I talked about earlier where it's like, what if these are like captured like primals? They're like binding ropes right around this like titty thing. It's like right around it. Yeah, I'm just saying, right? That rope goes around it. Oh, it might be the art style. Might be that. I want to see if I can see like the top of the platform. Okay, it is just a swirl.
To the sky.
We definitely do see the cloud coverage here, though. But it might just be like only around this location. Oh, there's just a bunch of blizzards. They better make it dance like that during battle. Do they? Okay, this is gonna sound very weird. Do they ever show this child's chin? Do they ever show his chin? That's an interesting dichotomy. They show like that bit for like the kid's face, like all of this. For her, they show the inverse. They hide this and only show the mouth and chin and the nose. Do I just forget us? Am I just forgetting a scene back here? No, they didn't show the kid. No, they showed the kid who's just like face down though.
Tell me about the promised land.
Yeah, they only show like... Yeah, the kid's chin is covered up here again with the blanket. I get that it's cold here, but still.
In a time few yet recall. I'm few yet recall.
Do they always use fire for the intro? I mean, for the logo? I think they do. For like the trailers and stuff.
But everything changed. It became a frozen waste. The land below became a frozen...
What are you? What's this mountain right here? That's a body of water that's being frozen over. What are you? That's a forest over here. Not you. One of the giants had a red glow and one a green glow. Other one a blue glow. Okay, green.
We had no choice. Was lost. They marched, and all was lost. We had
That one looks red over to the left.
no choice but to flee to the sky. Great seas and noble kingdoms flourished, wanting for naught.
Yeah, I was thinking the mountain from Heaven's Sword as well. The dragon one. Like, this reminds me of, like, that one zone from Heaven's Sword, the Sea of Clouds. It reminds me of that a lot.
But then
Because these, like, islands are naturally up here. Unless there's, like, some kind of magical, like, nexus, like, weaving between all these islands, keeping them up.
But then we succumbed, and as we struggle to survive,
Ah, I see the blue glow. Yeah, look at his titty. Yeah, that's like a blue glow there. That's a different color. So I guess they're color coordinated. I wonder if they're like individual. And it's just like this will be this will be known as like the Blue Titan. Like, I don't think we know how many of these things there are.
We had no choice but to flee to the sky.
It's possible, like, we have to, like, go down the list and fight off all of these guys. Like, they're the ones causing the giant, like, winter storm or something. And, like, we have to, like, check off the list of, like, all these guys. And maybe, like, take care of a few of them in, like, dungeons. The trial, obviously. Maybe, like, something else like that, maybe. One for each other element. Oh, good pull. Yeah, maybe. What are the elements again? Lightning, fire, earth, ice. Water is separate. Wind, lightning. Okay, yeah. So we saw a green one for wind. We saw a red one for fire. We saw a blue one for water. Did we see one for ice? I don't recall this color being shown for one of the Titans. We saw fire. He's off to the left here. Yeah, see, that's the fire one. That's red. This could be earth. Yeah. Earth is over here. That could be this one. This one could be wind. It even has, like, feathers on, like, the mask thing here. In a way. It's like little ice shards, but they look like feathers. We had a blue one from before.
And as we struggle to
Yeah. Alright, it's the big boy that from the image shown after. Yeah, good call. Yeah, that's the ice one. Also, notice something from this image. It's above the cloud layer. So these motherfuckers can get very tall. Because this guy's above the cloud layer. Like, that's just open sky here. Huh. Oh, yeah, the lightning one. Yeah, I wonder if, like, there's just one for each of the elements.
they marched and struggle to survive.
I see what they did here. They used this art style because now it's a little bit harder to make out whether or not these markings are supposed to be like rope or if these are supposed to be analogous to like these markings because they look completely different to each other. Because like, what if the way that the fourth was like frozen over was through these titans, they basically like restrict or like sucked up all the ether of their respective element. And we only have Icy Boy left, which is why like ice is everywhere, because this dude's just emitting it all. I'm not sold on that one, but like maybe there's like something to it. And like that's how like maybe we like save the fourth is by like we defeat each of these guys and we restore that element to the shard. I just don't know if they're going to go in the direction of us, like, saving the shard, though. That's my one hang up on that theory. It is interesting how there's like a core to this. This is like, this like substance here is like some kind of casing over some, whatever this core is. Restore the shard before rejoining it? Maybe, yeah. Not being able to save the reflections. I remember that, yeah. Bet this thing's gonna be a $50 100-man raid boss. Nah, solo instance. It's actually a regular quest. I got this shit down. Yeah? One continuation combo. All I need. Yeah? Over and out. Yeah? All I need. One Communio. So I'll probably be leveling as Reaper. One Communio. All we need. Over and under. Boom. Dagger 3. I think we have to cause the shards to merge. Yeah. Oh my god. What if that's the grand twist of, like, Evercold? We spend, like, most of the campaign... It's like Shadowbringers, where it's like... I'm on my fucking game tonight. It's a parallel to Shadowbringers in the way where it's like we go around the world fighting off the Sin Eaters. And we think we're doing a good thing in Shadowbringers until it's revealed to us that we're just like storing all that light ether inside of us. And it becomes a bad thing at some point later in the story that we have to deal with like Emmett, right? What if the parallel to the fourth here with Evercold is that we go around the world defeating these guys to restore ether of their respective elements to the shard. But when we do that, we thought we won the day, but the day isn't saved and the world is still dying for whatever reason. Then we have to make the call. We have to fuse the shard. We have to rejoin it. What if that's like the big like narrative twist? It's like we go throughout the entire time thinking we're winning, thinking we're saving the shard. And then we realize after we defeat all these bozos, we may have just doomed the entire shard. And now we have to rejoin it. Incoming. Why we went Reaper. Just like bringing that back. Are we the baddies? Mm-hmm. Because, like, what if we, like, defeat these guys thinking we're restoring the ether, but we're, in essence, poisoning the world for whatever reason? Like, maybe the ether that they sucked up of their respective element becomes poisoned within their body or within their system. And when we defeat them and release that ether back into the world, we're, in essence, poisoning the world. And we're basically just, like, dooming it even further. So it's like, it's no longer just like an ice calamity. Now it's just like everything's falling over on each other. Merge all the shards with the source and we can explore the source again, Cataclysm style. Yeah, it's like, I think we're leading up to this. It's like, there's a reason this cinematic begins with this shit. There's a reason they start this with this. And all the shards coming back to the source. Go forth, discover, unite the stars into one. I think we're going to try to, like, avoid this as much as we can until we realize we can't escape this fate. We have to become Emmet. We have to do it. We have to do Emmet, but our own way. Yeah, we're reaping the world. We're Reaper because we're essentially going to be the death of this world one way or the other. We try to save it, but death comes for us all. And then at the final boss, Sylvanas Windrunner comes through a portal. Cinema. Yeah, exactly it, Winter. It's all a case of we can't put the toothpaste back in the bottle. We already ruined this world's ether alignment or something. Or not us, but this world is already fucked. You can't just put the toothpaste back in the bottle. And I think, like, it's gonna be, like, just one giant trolley problem. Where it's like, we're not gonna make it out of here like we did in the Highland Zodiac arc. With, like, everyone alive. Saving the day consistently from beginning to end. We're gonna have to make those tough calls and say, we don't want you to die, but we have to save everyone else. We don't want to kill this world, but we have to save the people. It's like we take up the role of Emmett Selk in a way. I think that's how they play this. Now, watch us be completely wrong, and this is actually a giant, like, shrine to summon Wu Clement. It's like the perfect narrative inverse to the Hydaelyn and Zodiac arc. Now, to be fair, I didn't think of that. I saw that on Twitter. I just entirely agree with it. That this entire narrative arc is basically the inverse of the Hydaelyn Zodiac arc. I saw that on Twitter. I entirely agree with it. The key will probably allow merging without a calamity. 100. Yeah, exactly, because that's what happened with Alexandria. Where it's like we had like Solution 9 and Alexandria merge onto the source. They had the key. We didn't have that originally. No, wait, no. I'm completely forgetting Dawntrail. No. The key was in the possession of, like, ignore what I just said. I was completely wrong. The key was in the possession of, like, Taral. Right. Okay, ignore what I just said. But still, I think that's what we're going to do. And it's like we take a chunk from that shard and we just put it on the source. And I think that's one of the reasons they wrote this story of Evercold in such a way where it's like all the civilizations are now up in the fucking sky. Because we can just, like, take those sky islands, put them on the source. I think that's what we're going to do. Eden will be so mandatory. They have to make it mandatory. They put Gaia in the main story. Like, they have to do this. They can put it off as long as they want, but, like, at some point, they're going to get feedback from new players being like, who is Gaia? It's like they have to pull this trigger. The Giants kind of yeah, exactly, no name. The Giants are like the primals we fought during the Eden during the Eden raids, where it's like for the first we were defeating those manifestations of those elements to restore that ether to the first. I think what we're going to try to do is try that again here with the fourth with these guys, but it's not going to work. Again, like that narrative inverse of the Hydaelyn and Zodiac arc, where it's like we try to like utilize the principles we learned back then. For the fourth, we just fuck everything up even more. 100%. I think you're on the money with that. I wouldn't be surprised if they reference that. Again, you have to make Eden mandatory. I guess you don't have to, but like, do you want to run the risk of people not understanding this? able to shard hop at will to get us there. Well, the thing they established with like Almarot is you can get like little doohickeys through the shards, like little bits of matter you can get through. Ordinarily, you can't. So maybe that's why our party seemingly consists of like us, who we know we can go through different shards at will, Skinny Boy Estinian, and Short Boy Alphino, because they make the cut. They're small enough in one way or the other where they can go through those fissures. Maybe that's why they're here with us. We might be onto something. Who's behind this whole ordeal then? That's a good question. My money, theoretically, would be on either Genova or, like, Ultima. Maybe the male aura that watches the girl turn to dust is the sole reason the fourth is dying. I think the male aura guy here will be an antagonist for a bit. But I don't think he caused like this. I think he's like a victim of what's going on here. Maybe he did cause it, but he's still like... I'm convinced this right here is a memory. You can see she's transparent here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they call the Lava City they just call it Midgar. You might have just spoiled Evercold. You're not connected to Yoshi P, are you? In chat as well. Well, I mean... I had to bust out Old Reliable. I mean, I did call, like, the Endwalker ending back in the day. It was just, I was a small-ass channel, so no one knew. I called, like, all the Xeno stuff, though. And I called that shit back in, like, mid-Shadowbringers or something. But look, I have been honed and trained into a lethal machine of theory crafting because of this series right here. I have been through, like, the World War II version of, like, theory crafting. I'm ready. Let me at him. Yeah, I was like toying around with that idea earlier today, no name. What if this is Pasturo? Yeah, predicting is fun. I love doing it. What if this is another Ascian? We go into, like, this thinking is just Halmarot. But what if this is Pasturo? Wait, Switch is coming to this DLC. What if this is an elaborate Mario crossover, some other Nintendo IP crossover? I've been saying it since FanFest. I've been saying it. Is it possible Chaos will show up? Oh, Christ. Yeah, Jack Garland, out of nowhere. Steel chair. Bashes this dude's head clean in, like a grape. Oh, yeah, I think I saw on Twitter. Didn't someone mention this dude like an ancient eye or something? Take care, Star. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Pasturo was one of the members of the Convocation. Yeah, Convocation of 14. Halmarut was one of them as well. We have Logrith, that is Gaia, I believe. Metron, I don't know if we've met. Amitselk, duh. Pastro, the Arbiter. Conservator of Order and the Collective Will. Halmarut is the cultivator of botanical and mycological creations. As in the Traveler. Michon was Eden. I completely forgot about that, right. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Jesus, it's been a while. Hey guys, have we met Fandaniel yet? Ultima the Composer. Advocate of aesthetics and the myriad arts. Oh, okay, fair enough. Gaius already went through that one. Okay. Shout out to my boy there. Appreciate him. Overthinking that. Assuming Gaius did his homework on Asine Disposal. I have a feeling Nero will show up. I've missed Nero. Bring my boy back. Okay, I think we've gone... Jesus, how long have we been going for? Okay. I think we, like, table this discussion until 7.5 Part 1. We play through that story, and then, like, later in the week, maybe, like, Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, we do another one of these with that new information, and we go from there. We went through a lot, huh? We may have figured out the plot to Evercold. It's like we don't know for certain, but we may have done it. We'll find out with time then. So thank you, Fecta. Thank you, Eternal. Thank you, Liu. Thank you, No Name. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Jabba. Thank you, Winter. Thank you, Sigurd. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Brogman. Thank you yet again, Ramtol V, for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Winter. Thank you, Mr. Leo. I hope you guys had fun. I always have fun when it just comes to, like, wildly theory crafting for the future of a story that I love. So much goodness here, man. I'm so excited for Evercold, man. Get me to January. Thank you, Andros. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Stay safe. We're going to do this way more. So thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe. Have a great day. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.